Jose Daxon coming from you live. It is right now 12:43 a.m. and I feel like I have to do a video. I've been doing some research. I have about 5 or 6 pages. So we're going to talk about this video was posted 2 days ago, and people have been feeling um, uh, been having concerns due to wearing a mask and lack of oxygen in the air that they're able to consume in the body, and it's affecting them. And I'm gonna go into detail. Based on the research that I have discovered for myself, you, the audience, the people, will be this will shake the system to help you see what I see, to help you understand, overstand, and understand what I'm talking about. Let's continue. So this is the video. It's called "Doctor Shows How Wearing a Mask Does Not Affect O2 Levels." Okay, I'm going to say it right now. This news channel are frauds. They are called by 5KTLAF. The guests on the shows are Samantha Cortez, Andy Ramsmeyer, and Robert. I didn't say his name. Now, all of them was laughing, joking. This is not a joking matter, okay? When you were born, or when you were brought on this planet, were you born with a mask? No. Okay, so why are you covering your face? Covering your face, it takes more energy to blow out air. You're blocking your airways, which means blocking oxygen from coming in and out. Let's continue. Now, he says, yeah, so I say, mind you, they are not wearing masks. They talk about wearing masks and how people are making an excuse for not wearing masks, but none of them are wearing masks. And they're doing a broadcast, and they're mocking the people. They're mocking you. They're not with you. They're against you. Okay, now I'm going to say Andy Ramsmeyer. Who says that? He sounds like a girl. The way he was talking, he looked like he probably a transgender. I don't know what he is, but he looked like he be swinging or whatever he's coming from. Then there's a doctor named Megan Hill, a physician from South Carolina. She had a Facebook post stating that O2 saturation levels in the blood are not in the blood. O2 saturation levels in the blood. O2 saturation levels and oxygen levels in the air are two different things. Because this is how people get confused. This is how they are able to trick people, right? They tell partial truths with the lies. What she's saying is true, but it's not absolute truth. So if it's not absolute truth, it's an absolute lie. So what is oxygen? Saturated oxygen. Saturated oxygen is basically oxygen in the blood. So you have something and you put it on your hand and it tells the oxygen in the blood. Now you're going to have to know this to what I'm going to talk about prior. In the future, we're going to continue. So you will know the difference in oxygen in the air. Also, a good video to watch is High Impact Vlogs. He talks about the deficiency of oxygen. He gives a demo and it goes into details. And this is proven by OSHA. OSHA is a government I think facility run by the government based on standards, health standards. This is OSHA. This is not a lie. These are all facts. Okay. So now these people are using a mask as an excuse to play on your emotions and your psyche and your intellectual thinking. Now, if you only go on based on intellect, you will be fooled. If you go on based on knowing, intuition, and higher source of consciousness, you would know what is right and wrong. When you feel something is wrong, you know it's wrong. You just know inside. No one can tell you you know if something is wrong. No one has to tell you. Because if someone has to tell you, they might be trying to manipulate you. You have to know. Because today, I was kind of slow when I was taking in all the information Tonight, around 10 p.m., I went to urgent care and I asked. They didn't have any doctors. The nurses, the people in the front, none of them knew the difference between an air monitor and a saturation oxygen level. They didn't know the difference. They only said they only have saturation oxygen level. This is a shame. I'm no doctor, no nurse, and I did my research, and I can tell you, based on the facts that I have in front of me, I tell the difference. This is why when someone says something, you have to go and do your research. Look back to see what is right and what is wrong, what is truth and what is not. And when someone's wrong, call them out on it. And if they really care, they will correct what they've done. Next page. Okay, so we're going to talk about artery, which is oxygen blood levels. Understanding blood O2 saturation. This is what Megan Hill was talking about, the Facebook lady, the patrician, and then those news broadcasters were clowning and making fun of people because they know what they were lying. So it says there are 3 columns. It says 90% or less. Consult your doctor. This is due to oxygen levels in the blood. Column 2, 91 to 94 below average for the population. Monitor closely. And then it says 95 to 100% for above average for the population. Red blood cells are well oxygenated and significantly transporting oxygen around the body. Okay, now the video. Let's get down the video where I watched 2 videos by High Impact Vlogs. He has a lot of great content, and he talks about the police. He talks about what's going on in the world. He talks about a variety of stuff. Check out his channel. You won't be disappointed. Okay, so the video is called O2 Deficient Atmosphere. Now, congressmen and senators are forcing us to wear masks. And they know. And if you go online, most of the information online are telling you you have to wear a mask. You have to wear a mask for this COVID-19. But they're not telling you the risk. You can't find any information. If you look, you have to be diligent. Okay, so now information part 2. Now we already discussed about the saturation oxygen levels in the blood. Now we're going to talk about air quality monitor. Air quality monitor means it measures the oxygen in the air. Air quality monitor measures the oxygen in the air. So if you watch the video, you will see a guy putting the air quality monitor by his mouth because it measures the quality of the air. The difference. One measures the blood, one measures the quality of the air near your mouth. Okay. OSHA requires air of the employees to be 19.5, or sometimes for other people it's 22.5, which is very healthy. That's how it's supposed to be. Anything below that, 19.5 or 17.5 or below that is danger. Insufficient amount of oxygen to the body. So, alright, so now, yes, so wearing a mask. So if you're wearing a mask and it's a 17.4, danger. So today, like I spoke about, I went to urgent care and I showed them the video. None of them knew what I was talking about. They all looked at me like I was crazy. Because who is this guy coming in and questioning us and showing us videos? And he's not even coming for the COVID-19. He's not even a doctor. Or who do you think he is? Well, my name is Jose Thaxton. I'm letting you know. Nice to meet you. Okay. Next page. So I wanted to understand on deeper level to wrap all of this together so it will be stuck in my knowledge, my personal knowledge. So I watched a couple of videos. One of the air monitors are called Lutron, Lutron space PO2 -250, or you can call it O2 Pen 8047, or the O2 monitor. Now, I found this on YouTube channel called Ways and How. Ways and How. O2 deficiency in the body is hypoxia. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. HYPOXIA. Signs and symptoms: shortness of breath, right? Shortness of breath. That's connect the dots. Shortness of breath, COVID-19, shortness of breath. People who have diabetes or not a strong immune system or obesity. Obesity causes shortness of breath. So these are all symptoms of shortness of breath. Okay. Lack of oxygen can cause shortness of breath. See the connection? Can you connect the dots? This is not very difficult to understand. I'm breaking it down technical. I'm being technical here so people can understand where I'm coming from, so they can do the research themselves and understand what is right and what is wrong. Okay, now, if you are in shortness of breath, your body is not getting enough O2. That states you need more air to take in. That states you need to take in more air. If you're not taking, so when you're breathing, you're supposed to breathe from your stomach up. That's the proper way of breathing. From the video. Okay, so now, what is a more powerful source? Consciousness? So what is a more powerful source? Is it consciousness, which means a deeper sense of knowing, of true self and intuition, or intellect? Well, I will say source consciousness or intuition. Either or is the same thing. Because intellect, you can be intellectual, but because you only remember and regurgitate facts and information, you don't have a sense of knowing inside. You're not able to differentiate which is truth and which is not, because you're based on knowledge that's just been put in your brain and you're just spitting it out. That's what you were taught. So you don't think. You don't use your brain to think, or you don't use what's inside. Like when someone speaks or says something, the moment they speak, you know if they're telling the truth or not. That's just how it is. Because you have a sense, you have a knowing, you have a understanding. Okay. All right. So, based on me saying this, these people think that we were born out the trash can and we don't know how to think anymore, and we just take anything and run with it. That's why they was laughing. Those three people on the newscast were laughing, because they knew they were lying. Next page. So the video I was watching, there's a bunch of videos. People who are drowning or are being choked gas to get more O2. Air. When you choke, you see, you want more air. You need to breathe. You're trying to breathe. Okay, that's fact number 1 out of the video. Fact number 2, depleted amount of energy. If low on energy all the time can be a sign of lack of oxygen. Air. Okay? O2 levels can be checked to see how much O2 is in the blood, which is called saturated. It's called arterial blood levels, or O2 saturation blood levels. When they take a machine and they put it on your hand and they see what's your oxygen level. So you have oxygen level, blood oxygen level, and then you have air monitor level. Watch the video, high impact vlogs, oxygen depletion. Okay, now 3. Yawning can be a symptom by being tired, right? So yawning can be a symptom by being tired. It could be because of lack of breathing, shortness of breath, shortness of breath. Okay. Number 4, the fourth symptoms, tight shoulders and neck can form tight shoulders and neck. Breathe from the chest, which is a shallow breathing. So if you have tightness of shoulders and neck and you breathe from the chest, that's shallow breathing. That's called shallow breathing. When you breathe from the stomach, you go up. That's a proper way of breathing. Okay. Okay, now 5. Symptom 5. Elevated blood pressure. High increase of blood pressure. Which can mean not getting enough oxygen. Getting enough O2. Air. Not getting enough O2 can cause many factors, can cause many things. This video is going to be a little bit long. It might take a little bit long, but when I'm done, you're going to understand where I'm coming from. And you can do the research yourself. If you think I'm making this up, do the research. Don't take my word for it. Do the research. Ask questions. Talk to your doctor. Question your doctor. Question everything. This is how you become educated, and this is how you become smart. You question everything. You're well-rounded, and you know how to think for yourself. You know how to think on your feet. Don't always take people's word for it. Go back, do research, know what you're talking about so you can defend yourself or defend whatever that you're talking about. Okay, sign 6. Symptom signs. So dizziness and euphoria. Not getting enough oxygen before can cause people to faint. Dizziness, often due to lack of O2. When lack of oxygen in the brain, dizziness follow fainting, blacking out due to lack of O2. So these are all symptoms due to lack of oxygen. If you can't breathe, if I were to put my hand over your mouth, you wouldn't be able to breathe. If I were to put you in a headlock, you wouldn't be able to breathe, so you would pass out. It's the same thing. You put a mask over your face, it's very hard to breathe. So over time, a depletion of lack of air, you will, and a cumulative effect, you will pass out. It's like taking blood. You take blood all the time, your body, it will weaken your immune system. It will come a point when you're so weak, you can't even think straight, function, and then you go, collapse. Okay, sign 7, anxiety and stress. Shallow breathing enhances due to oxygenated their bodies. Anxiety and stress, due to not enough oxygen in the body. So anxiety and stress due to shallow breathing. To combat this, even for pregnant women, always take slow, deep breath. So let's say if you have anxiety and stress, and this is for pregnant women, this was in the video. If you want to combat this, fight this, always take slow, deep breaths from the stomach up to relax your muscles, to bring down the stress, the tension. Okay, symptom and sign 8. This causes mental confusion. A lack of oxygen to the brain causes confusion, inability to follow instructions. So, if you can't breathe and you're running out of air, you're going to become delirious. And this will enhance your immune system to fail. Okay, significant periods of oxygen deprivation to the brain can result in permanent damage, also called brain damage. You can be brain dead. And also this can be due to diarrhea issues as well. Now, last page. This is home run. This is a home run. They didn't tell you this about in the news. Well, what do we always talking about? Oh, people are dying. Oh, this. Wear a mask. Wear a mask. You know, a mask. Wearing a mask is saving your fellow brother. Wearing a mask is for the cause. You know, it's for the cause. Hooray! We all focusing on emotion. Let's attack their emotions. Let's attack their psyche. And they're feeling something, you know, they're feeling that they can't breathe, but they're gonna blame it on, oh, it's just their mind because they're panicked because something over their mouth. No, you are feeling something. That's your intuition telling you there's something wrong, and you're just ignoring it because someone is telling you to ignore it. Someone's telling you to not trust your instinct because your instinct is wrong. No, this is how the world is run. Right is wrong and wrong is right. That's just it. So I got this from health.com. Does wearing a face mask reduce or can it increase CO2 levels? Hear what experts say. Hypoxia is HYPOXIA is a condition in which the tissues of the body are starved of oxygen. Now they're blaming this on panic attack because people wearing masks, they don't want to wear a mask. They think they panic so they can't breathe. So it's all in their mind. That's what they're saying. It's all in their mind. When you put the mask on and you're working and it's hot outside, okay, it's been 90 degrees or above, and it's hard to breathe. You know, you're struggling to breathe. Is that in your mind? People, look at me. Is that in your mind? Is it not hot outside? Are you hallucinating? Are you taking some drugs? Are you on something? Last time I checked, I don't think you were. You can't go and work high. Okay then. So the answer is no. Now, let's get to the juicy part of this article. What they failed to put on the news. Which you will never see on the news. Because news tell lies. And that's how they make money. A driver who crashed his SUV in a pole in Lincoln Park, New Jersey on April 23rd actually blamed collision on the mask N95. I quote, this is what he said. Wearing it for a long period of time made him pass out due to insignificant amount of oxygen. This was also shared on Facebook 2,700 times. Few shared their expressions about being smothered by their mask. There's more to it, but that's basically it. Now, based on what I've told you, based on all the information and facts that I brought up, you differentiate and decide which is truth and which is not. The choice is yours. I know fully well this mask, any form of mask, is dangerous for you. Period. Point blank, period. I don't care what anyone says. The fact that a man came up to me and told me, he said, a 69-year-old man said, how much oxygen do you need? Let me put my hand around your mouth and you tell me how much oxygen you need. Let me put a paper bag around your neck and hold on tight and let's see how much oxygen you need. Let me see an old person on a wheelchair have oxygen in their nose and they have this little thing that lets oxygen out. Let me pull that out of their nose and take that out and see if they can breathe. What do you think they're going to happen? They're going to die. Okay, is oxygen important? Is the air that you breathe important? Yes. So covering your face, is that blocking you from breathing properly? Yes. Because you're blocking the natural flow of the circulation process. Your body the whole time been functioning on open pathways of breathing. If something's blocking it, then it's reducing the oxygen that's getting in your body. And so if you're reducing the amount of oxygen that's in your body, you're going to end up killing yourself. You hear a lot of times old people die due to lack of oxygen in the brain. They get a coma. Just saying. Just saying. Jose out.